Alright folks, so this is Acid Roots. It's time for part 3 of Let's Play Crash Team Racing. So we're gonna get pretty far in World 2 in this. And I'm just really pile driving through this game at this stage. But, you know, that's beside the point. We're gonna still try to make this enjoyable, and we're still gonna have some good memories, good hoot and holler, a good time for the most part. Crash Bandicoot's not gonna sit idly by as boredom sets in, but unfortunately, due to the lack of faculty, I probably won't be able to do like the battle mode stages. I mean, I don't even own a PS1 multi-tab, but that's one thing about this game I kind of wish though, is I almost wish that like the Diddy Kong game, Diddy Kong Racing for N64, you could actually play the battle mode stages with just the computer if you so desired, but I don't think you can do that in this. You couldn't do it in Mario Kart 64, but I would like to be able to do that. It'd be some fun. I'd have some fun with that, but unfortunately they did not allow it. It would have been too simple to do that, because I would have played those stages, but I don't know if the battle mode stages are essential to the story mode. I mean, this is a very curious game to me, just because I wonder, like, whether or not you have to do some of this stuff to get to beat the game, not just to get the good ending, but to beat the game. So, kind of the thing, just playing it by ear. You know, you're gonna see some fuckeries happen, but that's all in the mix here. Yeah, so I'm starting to notice that they're putting these fruit boxes a little bit further away from the stage and stuff. I'm still getting hit with missiles. I think that might be a meme here, but yeah, that mask is funny. It really helps. Even hit Cortex, and I got a second mask. It's even better. 2 for 1 special. I'll take it. Buy one, get one. BOGO. Yeah, you gotta be familiar with those SFW terms, especially if you work in retail. But yeah, I snagged first. Yeah, I mean, really, 8 racers is just so formulaic, though. I mean, back in the day, that's about as far as racing games went. I mean, nowadays you have like 15, 16, 25 racers. It's so much more frantic, but yeah, it was just a basic 8 back in the 90s and stuff. So, yep.
Congratulations.
So I'll let the mask talk.
You can go faster through turns by power sliding. To access the power slide, press and hold the R1 button while turning hard.
Power slide. Yep. So I mean, this is a little bit of a spare update, just because I'm kind of running out of content. I've done a few other Let's Play episodes today, so I'm kind of running out of this sheer. I probably should have waited until I woke up tomorrow, but I wanted to get it done. I was kind of in the mood, but I kind of halfway wasn't, so it just kind of means that there's less kind of topic matter in my head, but we'll get it taken care of. I think this should still be a pretty, you know, solid episode here. So I've been, like, I had a couple posts about music across the past few days on some of my social media, and I've kind of felt like music has been kind of sparse, and that's not wholesomely the truth. I mean, there has been stuff that's been coming. In rap music, it feels like music basically waited until like August, September to really start dropping, which is strange, just because, you know, it's the 8th, 9th, 10th month of the year now. Now we're starting to get things started, but, you know, then there's really only about another 100 days left in the year, so. But, I've been trying to go through, I mean, back in the day, like 2, 3, 4 years ago and stuff like that, I would always find albums that, even though they came out in 2016 or something like that, I would still be listening to in 2018 or in some cases 2019. You know, 2.5, 3 years later, still messing with it. And I'm just trying to pick up my new lineup. I think I'm gonna pick myself up an Amazon card today and get some new music, but the whole thing about it is I have to listen to it first, which is kind of the problem. I mean, honestly, I don't know how people did this sort of thing back in like the 90s and 2000s before Spotify, because essentially you had to just bet money on like the musician. You just had to hope that the $17 you paid for the CD, that they'd have some hits on there, because there was no preview stuff back in those days. But now I can at least do it with Spotify, but it's still kind of, I mean, the thing I hate about music nowadays is they don't really promote it. I mean, like, you know, like Drake's album, for example, just dropped out of nowhere, and then he started putting out the singles after people decided themselves what they wanted released to radio. And I just get kind of to the point, I want the promotion for the project to actually anchor the damn project, and that's just kind of the thing. So it's just getting tricky because everything feels so do-it-yourself. It's just how much stuff that goes along with that. That's how video games are, that's how music is. In some cases, that's how movies are and television. I mean, I watch ABC News and stuff like that. I never see commercials for, I mean, maybe I just need to start watching like MTV and VH1 more, but I just do not see the promotion for much of anything in terms of this media. Everything has become DIY, do it yourself, and that's annoying. That's really the whole concept. Is most other people don't have a problem with that, but I just feel like it's just too cut and paste. There's so many things wrong with it. I could list it throughout this whole episode if I wanted, but you know, you get the idea that it's cumbersome. So, like when this game came out, I mean, there were websites talking about it, there were commercials depending upon where you looked, and it was in magazines, it was on magazine covers, you know, there'd be celebrities possibly talking about this in some cases. There just was so much more about it. You'd even go to the movie theater and you'd see like a commercial for like at least Doom or Duke Nukem or something like that, you know, just one of those games. It's just better. But so this is that past stage I just was on. I think it was the stage that I raced the boss in. So that's Papu Papu. He's coming up in the next episode, so he'll be in part 4, but then we're basically about halfway done with the game. I'm really still somewhat like pensive about how
To get a turbo boost while power sliding, wait until the smoke from your exhaust turns black. Then press the L1 button. If you wait too long, you'll hear a backfire sound and miss your chance for a boost.
yeah, I'm just kind of pensive about whether or not I forget what I was saying. I was pensive about something. Just refer back to that subject where I said I was pensive about it. But yeah, I was pensive about how easy the game is going to be. I mean, it seems too good to be true. Like, I don't know if it's just going to be the last nitrous oxide boss that's going to be the true terror, but I don't trust the easiness of this game. You know, I just am smart, and it's something you definitely want to. It's one of those concepts where it seems like it's too good to be true. I've done too many games where I've been able to beat 95, 99% of the game, and then the last 1% always fucks me over because it just completely pulls out all the stops. So I hope that doesn't happen, because I would like to beat this game, and I don't want it to be beaten like 10 months from now or something like that, you know. Or longer, 3 years from now in some cases. You know how my Let's Play schedule it goes if you've been following long enough. So, and I was wrong. So what I said before was the stage that you race. This is the stage you race the boss. So get used to this stage. The boss is kind of a little bit trickier too. So, but yeah, really, power sliding that Mass was talking about earlier comes in handy, especially in this stage. So, but yeah, like another function about this game is just the fact that there is like a classic Mario Kart type mode. If you don't want the story, you just want straight racing and that's it. There is like a classic, you know, like cup mode, like in Mario Kart, just exactly like that style of game, but you just don't unlock anything. So there's no bosses or anything like that. So it was pretty neat that they juggled that just for both sets of type of racing game, or if you want a story or something, you know. But I really don't feel like there's any other game like this for the PS1. I mean, at least the Nintendo 64 had a series of them, but this is really the only one like it, I'd have to say. So, yeah, I'm actually kind of tired. I mean, I'm going to go garage sailing with my family this morning, so I'm just kind of mess with some of those. It's kind of a situation, you know, because of coronavirus, we haven't really been able to, yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll find some good stuff, like I've gotten a Black Eyed Peas CD, and, you know, there's been Lil Wayne CDs if I didn't already own them, that sort of stuff, but, yeah, I just would have to say it's a decent little pickup. I mean, nowadays I have most of the music I want, so some spare CD from like 2003 or something, but I'm mostly just gonna chill in the car and just plot. That's the main idea from this trip, is just, you know, get a little breakfast from McDonald's or something and plan for what I'm going to do for the next few days or weeks even. I really got to get that mapped out. So that's normally what I do on such occasions. So, but yeah, I've noticed that this year, if you know about my vlog channel, then you know that there's been some morning-oriented stuff this year, which I didn't really do last year or years before that, just because I always updated at like midnight or 10 o'clock p.m. or something. But now it's just kind of, I've noticed that there actually are people who wake up in the morning like every single day. That's their whole life, is orange juice and grits and bacon and, you know, not hamburgers, but pancakes, waffles. I guess I talked through. Damn it.
First place in all 4 races of this area.
Well, yeah. It gets kind of tricky just to be able to make sure not to talk to the mask every single time, but it's at least going to happen that one time. You'll just have to listen to it twice. But yeah, folks who do that morning stuff. So, yeah, it's 2 a.m. I'm tired, but I'm going to have to go through the night. I've got to power drive it here. So, the thing about most of the characters in this game is they're not really much on talking. There's really only like 2 human characters, and that's just Cortex and his missile in the head assistant. You know, everyone else seems like some sort of animal. I mean, you have the polar bear, the small tiger, Tiny doesn't talk. I think Dingo Dial talks, but he's about the only other one. Crash Bandicoot doesn't talk. I guess Coco talks. So about half the cast talks, but there's just a lot of folks that don't. It's kind of, I mean, that's the thing about Crash Bandicoot, is it really relies more on instincts and that sort of stuff. You wouldn't think about it, but it's very, you know, basic. That's the thing about it, and it's a good series, but it doesn't have much in like character development. You know, it's just mostly, when you look at Cortex, I mean, he has this lifelong grudge with this an Australian animal. This is kind of, it's supposed to be funny, but it just winds up being kind of awkward at the same time. So it's just kind of, but you know, that's, I mean, it is a fun game, but it just means that you're not supposed to take this game too seriously. I mean, at least Mario has a concept that can be portrayed in an actual movie. They've tried to do it. You know, it's been kind of, there was a Super Mario Brothers live action movie that came out in the early 90s, but this kind of, you know, I got the mask, and that makes me happy. That makes me real happy when I get that. It's just something, it's the stupidest thing when you get it, just because of that little dinky music, but it's funny at the same time, because anytime you hit characters, they just completely, you know, like careen off the screen and stuff. It's guaranteed to laugh if you haven't played this too many times. So, but alright, subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching.